Hey everybody. So I'm going to play you guys a little 6-minute video, which is a lot longer than we usually do, but a little 6-minute video that gets right to the heart of what Tai Chi is really all about. All right, so pull up a chair, make yourself comfortable.
The same instant, for all I know. Is Hashem trying to tell me that Cy Abelman is me?
Okay, can you all see this? Kevin?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Or that we are all one or something?
How does God speak to us? It's a good question. You know Lee Sussman.
Dr. Sussman? Yeah.
Did he ever tell you about the goy's teeth?
No? What goy?
So, Lee is at work one day. You know he has the orthodontic practice there at Great Bear. He's making a plaster mold. It's for corrective bridge work in the mouth of one of his patients, Russell Krause. The mold dries, and Lee is examining it one day before fabricating an appliance. He notices something unusual. There appears to be something engraved on the inside of the patient's lower incisors. Hey Vav Shin Yud, Ayin Nun Yud, Ho Shi Aini. Help me, save me. This in a goy's mouth, Larry. He calls the goy back on the pretense of needing additional measurements for the appliance.
How are you? Noticed any other problems with your teeth?
No. There it is. Ho Shi Aini. Help me. Son of a gun. Sussman goes home. Can Sussman eat? Sussman can't eat. Can Sussman sleep? Sussman can't sleep. Sussman looks at the molds of his other patients, goy and Jew alike, seeking other messages. He finds none. He looks in his own mouth. Nothing. He looks in his wife's mouth. Nothing. But Sussman is an educated man. Not the world's greatest sage, maybe. No Rabbi Marshak. But he knows a thing or two about the Zohar and the Kabbalah. He knows that every Hebrew letter has its numeric equivalent. 8454473. 7 digits. A phone number, maybe. Hello? Do you know a guy named Russell Krause?
Who?
Where have I called? The Red Owl in Bloomington. Thanks so much. He goes. It's a red owl. Groceries, what have you. Sussman goes home. What does it mean? He has to find out if he is ever to sleep again. He goes to see the Rabbi Nachman. He comes in, he sits right where you're sitting right now. What does it mean, Rabbi? Is it a sign from Hashem? Help me? I, Sussman, should be doing something to help this guy. Doing what? The teeth don't say. Or maybe I'm supposed to help people generally, lead a more righteous life. Is the answer in Kabbalah and Torah? Or is there even a question? Tell me, Rabbi, what can such a sign mean?
So, what did you tell him?
Sussman?
Yes.
Is it relevant?
Well, isn't that why you're telling me?
Okay. Knockner says, look, the teeth, we don't know. Aside from Hashem, don't know. Helping others. Couldn't hurt.
No, but who put it there? Was it for him, Sussman, or for whoever found it, or for just for?
We can't know everything.
It sounds like you don't know anything. Why even tell me the story?
First I should tell you, then I shouldn't.
What happened to Sussman?
What would happen? Not much. He went back to work. For a while, he checked every patient's teeth for new messages. He didn't find any. In time, he found he stopped checking. He returned to life. These questions that are bothering you, Larry, maybe they're like a toothache. Feel them for a while, then they go away.
I don't want it to just go away. I want an answer.
Sure, we all want the answer. Hashem doesn't owe us the answer, Larry. Hashem doesn't owe us anything. The obligation runs the other way.
Why does he make us feel the questions if he's not going to give us any answers?
He hasn't told me.
And what happened to the goy?
The goy? Who cares?
Cy Abelman.
Oh, hold on.
A Serious Man is a movie with a lot of questions. What does it all mean?
Who cares?
Ming Bai? Ming Bai?
This is such a good movie. I love it. I miss Red Owl. No, I love that movie, and that it took place in my hometown is extra.
That is one of the funniest scenes I think I've ever seen. I have never seen the whole movie before, so Annie and I are going to watch it here one of these days. When
What is the movie?
A
It's
serious.
called A Serious Man by the Coen brothers.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with Tai Chi?
Does anything have to do with Tai Chi?
Everything has to do with Tai Chi. It made us laugh. That's what it has to do with Tai Chi. Okay, let's warm up. Let's do the first section of the form a couple of times. Okay, Catherine.
Okay.
And Jill.
Okay.
Jill, say something louder.
Hello. Okay. Okay, here we go.
So the only way to understand any Tai Chi form, or actually any Qigong move, is to be able to feel inside yourself where you are winding up and where you are unwinding. If you don't do that, then you don't get the clues that you need to establish the yin and yang cycles and everything that flows from that. Which is why, this is why Tai Chi is done slowly. It's not because it's a slow martial art. It's because it's a way of learning. It's a way of watching yourself inside. So when you do the form, it's a rock. It's a nice rock. So if I'm standing by a river with this nice flat rock, what did I just do? What's the rock going to do?
Stone skipping.
It's going to skip across the top of the water. If that's the way you do your Tai Chi, you will never learn Tai Chi. You have to let the stone sink into the water. I could be a rabbi.
No.
I used to be a rabbi in a previous life, so yes, I can be a rabbi. You have to go slowly and let yourself sink into the movement. Don't skip over the top of the movements. So watch. Wind up, unwind. Wind up, unwind. That example is very, very clear. There are others that are less clear, so you have to pay more attention. But it should be very clearly. So that should be giving you information. First, you have to wind up. So it's a big spiral clockwise. Clockwise. And then there's another big spiral counterclockwise. That's the actual movement. If you don't see that, then you're sort of just searching around for what makes sense, but you can't really find any sense, right? This is like all those white balls they use when they do, do it in the movies, right? One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're going to unroll in that order. Don't get sloppy about it. Don't move this without moving that. All right? It's the whole body is spiraling. The whole body, and it's going to always start from the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see what I mean? Now, if we were together, or Kevin was here, right, I could stand him up right next to me and demonstrate why you want to do that. This just is not tall enough, right? But I'll try it short, right? You can throw somebody with your lower leg. All right? You can throw them with your hip. You throw them with your shoulder, or maybe you have to use your whole body. All right? So the whole body unwinds. Yeah. The point is not, it's not how to hit somebody else. The point is the discipline. To make yourself go through this mental discipline slowly and get it down to the point where you don't think about it anymore. If you just do this, all right, it looks a little bit like Tai Chi on the outside, but there's nothing on the inside. And it's really only the inside that counts. All right? So every time you do the form, every move that you do, your mind should be open and you should just be asking yourself, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? What am I doing? All right? What am I doing? 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 Every place in there, and go slow and feel. So this illustration here, that it goes, you know, this is just an illustration. These are just words, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's always that way. Not just this move, every move. So it's easier than it looks because the basic principles hold through everything. What's going to go first? Here. It's not this. It's never this. Good day. It's always this. All right? Hip, danshin, chest, shoulder, elbow, hand, and then around. Watch. It's not this. It is not this. It's this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does that make sense? Every move, every form is like that. Yeah, Kevin.
I wish we had a camera from the top so you could they could see that when you're going out, you're not going this way. You're staying within a certain prescribed angle based on your center line.
Yes.
And so you're not really just flailing your arms out there. It's more controlled than that.
What Kevin is talking about, Kevin, I've thought about that. Yes, we could mount a camera up here. The problem is then you need a camera operator to switch back and forth, because you've got to have a switch box and you have to switch from one camera to another camera, and that's fine, except I can't do the demo and be the camera operator at the same time.
Maybe I can come up there and we can do the whole thing, and then you could cut it into.
Maybe. What Kevin is saying is, and it's true, this is even true when you're doing it live, but it's really true when you're doing it by video. Video flattens everything out. And so even though, you know, you could say there's some depth in our camera here, it's still a two-dimensional image that you're looking at. And so this is going to look flat, right? It's not flat. My hands are in front of me. They're not out to the sides. They're in front. In fact, they're at about 45 degrees. It's not 90 degrees. Why is it not 90 degrees? Watch what happens when I go to 90 degrees. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but right? You start throwing yourself over backwards. So you can't do that. You have to work in quadrants. So the quadrants are like this. The quadrant that I'm working in is this one, not out to the sides. Does this make sense? I'm not working out on the 180 degrees. All right? Instead, I'm working out at 45 degrees on each side, roughly. And if I turn, well, I'm still working at 45 degrees, and I'm still working at 45 degrees, and I'm still working at 45 degrees. It's a lot easier on your body to do that. When you stretch out like this, it kind of screws with your shoulders a little bit. What it really does is it raises your chi up. You don't want to do that. "45 degrees. It still looks big. It looks big because you're big. It's not because you're hyperextending. All right? You never hyperextend in Tai Chi or Qigong. To hyperextend is to stretch the elbows or the knees out so they're locked. You just never do that because you'll hurt yourself or you'll get hurt, one or the other. All right? All right? My knees don't point straight ahead. My knees go out at 45 degrees. That opens my pelvis. All right? And then I open my chest, not to 180 degrees, but just to 45 degrees. Now I'm really sturdy. I'm very flexible and sturdy, right? And if I change my position, I still keep that configuration. Good, Catherine. Watch my arm. Shoulder. It's actually the back of the shoulder. Shoulder. Elbow. Wrist. All of this ties in with the idea about keeping your chi down. So you all do what I'm doing here, 45 degrees. Now raise your elbows up. How does that feel? Comfortable? Can you feel how it's brought the chi up in your body? Okay, relax. It's brought the chi up in your body, and it's going to press into your lungs and your heart. It's going to make it hard to breathe, and it's going to cause your heart to start pumping faster. What happens in your body when it's hard to breathe and your heart pumps faster? All right? That's a fight or flight response. You're going to start yourself to panic. I'm drowning, help, I'm helpless, right? All right, do it again. Go up, elbows up, elbows up. Oh, it's so uncomfortable now. Just lower your elbows. Oh, relief. All right? You can feel your chi is going to drop from here to here. Now I'm comfortable. Now I can breathe. Now my heart doesn't have to labor. This is why you always keep your elbows down in Tai Chi. Watch. It's not this. It's this. Yeah, my hands are going up, but my elbows are down. Does it make sense? Yeah? Wind up. Unwind. Wind up. Unwind. Wind up. Unwind. Wind up. Unwind. You could make that move get much more complicated. Kevin, how many did we have? That's move 4. How many did we do on there before?
Well, 6.
6. But I just counted out 4. And I think the simpler version of this is probably the one we should do right now. Wind up. unwind. Wind up. Unwind. Wind up. Unwind. Wind up. Unwind. Okay, can you feel that in your body? Can you feel the places you're winding up and the places you're unwinding? That's what you have to grab hold of. And you know, no teacher can go through every form with you and go, well, do it this way. That's stupid. You should develop your own ability to do this. Of course, your ability is going to be limited. It's going to grow over time, but you got to start somewhere. So this is a good place to start. So maybe the fourth move, we only count 4 yin and yang cycles. That's okay. When you get more sophisticated, you may add more in because potentially there are more in there. But it's okay. Right? You don't have to use every crayon in the box. Jill, you don't have to use every crayon in the box, right? Maybe you just use 2 or 3 or 4.
But I always wanted the box of 64 crayons.
Annie tells this great story. The most exciting thing for her when she was a kid was when on her birthday, she would get a box of 64 colors of Crayola crayons. She said, I wouldn't even use them for weeks. I would just look at them, right? And then finally you get to play with them a little bit. But it's kind of the same thing. Yes, you can get very, very sophisticated with this. But there's nothing wrong with starting simply. Nothing wrong with it at all. It's a good way to start. All right? So, one, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right? It's very easy to just watch yourself inside and go, all right, where am I winding? Where am I winding up? Where am I unwinding? I want to get to this place where I stop talking so much and you guys just do this, but for some reason we just keep doing it this way. All right, work on move number 2 and move number 3 for next week. And
Oh, but is
no,
it next week?
oh yeah, next week we're not going to be here, right? But that gives you 2 weeks. So work on move 2, 3, and 4. All right? And see if you can determine. And what we're going to do to shut me up, what we're going to do when we come back in 2 weeks is I'm going to call on you one by one and you're going to tell us what your answers are. You're going to do move 2, 3, and 4, and you're going to tell us where the wind up is and where the unwind is, where the yin is and where the yang is. Okay? All right, well, we're going to have classes this week, but we're off on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of this coming week. But we're going to be here through Friday, all right? So we'll see you sometime during the week, I hope. Ciao, guys.